So let's just get right into it. Is Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power the ultimate survival guide for our world? Or is it basically, I don't know, a psychopath's Bible?
It's a strong way to put it.
Well, I've been going through the source material, and the debate is just, it's intense.
Right.
This is a book that tells you point blank to crush your enemies and manipulate your friends. It feels less like a book and more like a weapon.
It creates a really visceral reaction, doesn't it? But here's the reality we have to face, and this is what Greene is really getting at.
Okay.
Power is amoral. It's a game that is happening all around you all the time, whether you choose to play or not.
So you can't just opt out.
You can try, but refusing to learn the rules doesn't make you a saint. It just makes you a victim.
A victim. That's a strong word. But okay, let's unpack that. I mean, looking at the sources, Greene seems to think that friendship itself is a liability. Take Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. The historical example he uses is it's wild. This Byzantine emperor, Michael III.
Right, with Basilius.
Yeah. He saves a stable boy, gives him money, power, and education, everything. And Basilius repays him by murdering him.
It's a brutal story, but the psychological insight there is what's really important. It wasn't just, random violence.
What was it then?
Greene's argument is that the charity, the gift, it created this massive oppressive debt. Michael didn't just help Basilius. With every favor, he was accidentally making him feel inferior.
So the betrayal was about Basilius getting his own power back.
Exactly. It was about escaping that shadow.
So gratitude is a burden. And people will eventually resent you for helping them. I mean, that just paints such a bleak picture of human nature. It makes connection seem like a weakness. And then you get to Law 15, crush your enemy totally. Or Law 14, pose as a friend, work as a spy. It really feels like he's trying to turn every single social interaction into a battlefield.
But maybe it already is a battlefield. Look at Law 3, conceal your intentions. You could call it dishonest, for sure.
I would.
But look at someone like Otto von Bismarck. He wanted to go to war, but the king, the public, they were all against it. So what did he do? He publicly argued against the war, gave speeches about how terrible it would be.
Which was pure misdirection. He basically gaslit an entire country. He used their own hopes for peace to get them to lower their guard.
It was manipulation, yes, but it was incredibly effective. And this leads to what Greene calls the non-player.
The person who claims they're above it all.
Exactly. The person who says, oh, I just want to be honest and fair. Greene says they're often the most manipulative people in the room.
Because they use that moral superiority as a weapon. Or they use weakness to control people.
Precisely. They weaponize their refusal to play. But if you just accept the game exists, you can play it with emotional intelligence instead of malice. Think about Law 1, never outshine the master.
Oh, I love the examples for this one. You've got Nicolas Fouquet, the French finance minister.
Through that lavish party.
A massive party, yeah, to impress the king, and he ends up in prison for life. Why? Because he made the king feel insecure.
A fatal mistake. But then you have Galileo.
Right. He discovers the moons of Jupiter. He doesn't just, publish the data. He names them after his patrons, the Medici family. He framed his incredible discovery as a tribute to their glory.
That's the perfect distinction. Fouquet was naive. Galileo was strategic. He understood power is all about ego. He didn't bruise the ego, he fed it. That's not being a sociopath.
It's reading the room.
It's a crucial soft skill.
Okay, so the idea is you study these laws not to become the wolf, but so you stop being the lamb.
That's the middle ground. It's about protection, not predation. You read this stuff to recognize when Law 3, conceal your intentions, is being used on you.
It kind of solves that courtier's paradox, right? The idea that you have to play the political game while pretending you're not playing at all.
Yes. You can be a good person, but you can't afford to be naive to the hidden motives of other people.
Which brings us to what might be the most valuable law for anyone listening today. Law 48. Assume formlessness.
Be like water.
It sounds kind of abstract, but think about a modern office. If you're the person who always says, that's not in my job description, or I only do things this one way, you're rigid.
And rigid things break. When the company restructures or the market shifts, you're the first to go.
Exactly.
Formlessness is just adaptability. It's changing your approach based on the situation. If you're predictable, you're easy to counter. If you're fluid, you're impossible to grasp.
So survival isn't about being the strongest. It's about being the most adaptable.
That's the core of it.
So for you listening, it sounds like we're saying, read the book, learn the moves, but maybe don't use them to, destroy your coworkers. Use them to see the game you're already in.
Learn the rules so you don't get played by them. And I want to leave you with one final thought, a question to ask yourself.
Okay.
Next time you're at a family gathering or a team meeting at work, just look around the room. Who is the person who seems the most harmless, the most checked out? The one who says they hate politics?
The perfect courtier. The one pretending not to play the game.
Because if you aren't wielding power, someone else is, and they're probably wielding it over you.